Does everybody have their work up on the board? You all have your work up on the board. Let's take a look at what's up here and have you talk about the things that you've done. Wonder, you have really effective lettering here, and this is looking at a tree through a door. Can you show us how the door opens?
Yeah. I have it where I take this little handle. If not the handle, just pop it open.
Can you turn the front door?
Yes, this is the front door with the glass, stained glass. I try to make it stained, but as you can see, some of the paint that I used wasn't holding to it real good. And once you open the door, then you can see the blossom tree. I guess it's a cherry blossom.
Yeah.
You know, I was down in DC for the
I
Cherry
like
Blossom
cherry
Festival.
blossoms.
That is effective when compared to the ones I saw down there.
Absolutely. I have more cherry.
Basically what it is, I went and took a bunch of pictures, and with my eye, some trees where I photoshopped half the trees and blah, 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 and then made them into silhouettes. And then I made some, bird pictures and stuff into silhouettes, printed it out, traced it, filled it in, but I took artistic liberty as well further. The tree started taking on a life of its own when I started, filling in with the marker and tracing it. So it looks almost nothing like it did on the computer at all. But yeah, it's the final product. I still need to align this correctly, but I was going for more of like a asymmetrical design, a little bit of attitude. I like how they're doing.
India ink.
These two are ink, and from an old elementary school project, we had watercolor and put a blob on the paper and blew through a straw. So I tried that here. Didn't work because the ink, I guess it seeped into the paper a little bit and made its own channel. So I had to manipulate a little with the straw, but I still wound up blowing. I did dilute the ink with water, so it would be a little, would flow a little bit better. This is painted with a tree branch, dipped the tree branch in, and just kind of very free form, just kind of made the shape of a tree. And then once it dried, I went over it again, so that's where you have the darker values in the front and a little bit lighter in the back. Those were just the first time I went over it, and then went over it again.
Hey, Kimberly, how about talking about how you see a tree? How to see a tree?
Well, my concept was, you know how you, on a tree, you have bark. And so instead of just drawing the bark the way that it goes overlapping each other, I just decided to put a design. And this is my representation of just different patterns designing the bark.
It almost looks like a palm tree.
Absolutely, and that's what I was trying to go for with this as well, on the inside. And so what I did was I just drew sort of what considered to be the branches, and then just drew these various patterns, like this, because it kind of reminded me of, you look at a tree and tree have leaves, and so this was just a design way for me to, in my pattern way, because I love patterns, this representation of leaves.